O's. We done upgraded our fire. Gang them bump it down like hello. Caught a pussy nigga by surprise. Taking risks, shoot my shot like Mello. Tell me what would you do to survive? Got this feeling they ain't on my side. I've been feeling lately I might die. Till my time come, I'ma ride.
I swear loyalty so rare within this generation. I'm just trying to see my niggas make it, but it seem like they hypnotized by hatred. I can't fake it. If you leave it, then go. Leave me alone, but I'm so real that if you call me, I'll probably...
Hey, before we get into the conversation, that was Hoodbaby Ke, two artists from Knoxville, Tennessee that I'm really, really, really rocking with. Hoodbaby Ke, and the second record was by BarryAuto. They two artists, they got a record out together right now called Race Against Time. Go check them out. But before we get into this Jazz Prince and Joe Budden conversation, y'all know I just did the Gucci Man book review. So this is what I'm on since I got through reading the Gucci Man book. I'm on the Ta-Nehisi Coates, Between the World and Me. I'm on that right now. I'm going to do a review on that when I get done reading it. And then I'm on this also. Get your shit together. Who the author? Sarah Knight. Get your shit together. Two good books, man. But we get ready to get on this. You know, like it's a new app out called Clubhouse. I know everybody done heard about it or whatever. It's just like an app you got to be invited to have conversation with powerful people, with people that's in position, and like people that's doing things, entrepreneurs, bosses. You know what I'm saying? Just people that's doing things that's helping elevate the culture or whatever. So I just recently got on the app Clubhouse. Somebody sent me an invite. And I just want to talk about the conversations. Just before I did this podcast, Meek Mill had a little spew that he was talking about on the app or whatever. So I want to talk about like how Jay Prince Jr. approached Joe Budden in the app or whatever. Hear a little bit of this audio. Check it out.
Joe, you just want to move on to somebody else?
No, man, I'm just here listening.
Well, I like to talk about the prison system.
Ain't that much to listen to, my brother. It's just us having a conversation. And it's a light conversation because we ain't talking about shit.
Well, then, you want to start a conversation? Why don't you ask Joe something? Y'all can ping pong off each other.
No, I was asking him. He the interviewee. I ain't never did no podcast and got to talking about niggas. He did that, though.
Okay, I'm going to stop it for a second. He said, I ain't never did a podcast talking about niggas. Like, I understand where he coming from. And I don't understand where he coming from because Joe is creating content, talking about people that create content. And he might not be like that because he's a record exec or whatever, but he's creating content. And you know what I'm saying? He got to talk about individuals. Basically, that's basically what I'm sitting up here doing, talking. And Joe just got to be able to back that talk up. Let's listen to some more.
I was challenging him to do that to me.
Jay, you low key can have your own podcast though.
That's cool. I know what I'm capable of. I'm talking
You've been podcasting all night.
I know what he already did. I know what's transpired already. Therefore, I want to see if he can reciprocate that same energy to me. Because I know what he's done to others already. I want to see him reciprocate that same energy to me.
Junior answered all his boy questions.
And what if he can't give you that same shit?
Shit, tell him to say that and we can keep on moving. He can move on and ask somebody else a question. I know how he like to, go with this wiggle on other niggas, go with this wiggle on me.
Okay, so he said, he see how he go with his wiggle on other niggas. But everybody know who your father is, fam. Everybody know Jay Prince, the boss Jay Prince, the big dog in the South. Jay Prince have business handled anywhere in the United States. And I don't know if I ever heard Joe say anything bad about Jay Prince Jr. H time or none of that. But it seemed like he just being real aggressive towards Joe.
So this is the question game in here.
This is the what?
So y'all were playing the question game in here?
Nah, it's your question game in here.
I don't have any questions.
All this shit started based upon you.
Oh, I don't have any questions.
The question is, do you have a question to ask Junior?
No.
Because I see that you reciprocate negative energy to certain individuals. I wanted to see if you can reciprocate their energy to me, and we just can have an intellectual conversation. You talk to a bunch of dummies.
Oh,
and
no. Okay, so I haven't heard this or whatever though, but he calling people dummies, and then he's saying that Joe is bringing a certain type of energy to those individuals, but you calling them out their name also. You speaking bad on those people, but you approaching him about speaking bad on those people. Wow.
I don't want to discredit any niggas, but you talk to a bunch of niggas who don't know how to speak and can't articulate themselves in the right manner to deliver the right message. But can you do that with a man who can decipher himself in the proper manner? Can you have a conversation with a guy whom can exemplify himself in the way he need to be exemplified instead of the manner that you try to portray him?
Jay, I can have any conversation with any man.
Then have a conversation with me.
I do not think that I run around spewing negativity the way that it sounds like you think. I don't think that at all, actually.
Okay, I understand. I understand your message then. But you know what you've done. You brought people in your room that you had a problem with and you had something bad to say about. And you spoken on what you had bad to say about them while they were in your presence. I don't know if you would have did that in real life. You might have. You might not have. I don't
Jay,
know.
when you say my room, you mean on Clubhouse?
No, I don't give a fuck about no Clubhouse. Clubhouse ain't got shit to do with nothing. We talking about real life. We talking about podcasts and all this other shit. We ain't talking about no Clubhouse. Clubhouse ain't shit. I just got on here.
Breakfast Club.
I just got on here 4 days ago. Like, this shit don't mean nothing to me. Now, I understand it's becoming a big platform, but this shit don't mean nothing to me. What I'm asking you is the same energy that you transpire the people that come on your podcast and different channels that you have leverage on, that you are, that on.
Jay, I don't interview people on my podcast.
Yeah, you don't interview them, but you got a bunch to say about them.
I don't know if that's true because I just seen a lot of interviews on Joe Budden podcast. I was just recently looking at the Pusha T, the Benny the Butcher. He had what's my boy be freestyling on there. He be having a conversation with a lot of people. Seems like he disturbed a little bit right now by Jay Prince Jr. approaching him the way he's approaching him. Like what I know about these podcasts or whatever, and me doing a podcast now, if I speak on something, I'm gonna be able to reciprocate, like what the homie saying, back to whoever I'm talking about, how I felt and what I said. And I won't do it with no fear or whatever. And right now, Joe don't sound like he's fearful or nothing or whatever about what Jazz Prince, or not Jazz Prince, that's the wrong son, Junior talking about. He don't sound fearful, but he's being cautious with his words. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
You'll tell somebody when you don't like them. I don't watch enough of them, Joe. I don't watch enough of them.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I done seen you disrespect a bunch of guys, rightfully so, or unrightfully.
Okay. Is an opinion disrespect? Or should I just shut up and not voice my opinion? Because if I feel like your shit trash, and I shouldn't have to hold my thought process back to make you feel comfortable or make you happy. You know what I'm saying? If your shit trash, it's trash. And Joe got the right to say it.
So you did. I don't know if y'all had personal issues before they got on your shit. I have no idea. I just know what's transpired. I know what you did when they got there. I know what you did when they got there. So I don't know if it was for personal means or podcast means, whatever. You do what I'm saying? I don't know which one it was for. I just know it transpired. And you had to let it be known that it was this and it was that, when ain't nobody bring you that energy. Ain't nobody bring that energy to you initially. But you had to let it be known at that time that you brought the energy to them.
What time frame is this?
You said what time frame?
That was a
Yeah,
good
because it sounds
response.
like you speaking about something specific, and I don't know.
Nah, I'm speaking on a bunch of different situations, and it's a bunch of people in here that can tell you that. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
You just talk a lot of shit.
I know a million of them. Like you say, we watch this shit all the time. Like old girl said, Migos.
Migos, the Yachty interview was pretty bad. You kind of, with the whole, what's it called? The 360 deal shit that you put on them. Yeah.
Hey, to a grown man who's seen that, I seen that Yachty interview on Everyday Struggle. That was 4 years ago. To a grown man such as Joe, talking to a 18-year-old about the type of contract he's in, the type of deal he's in, they looking at it as if Joe was being aggressive and mean towards Yachty. When I feel like Joe was giving him game because he was in a shitty deal and he was just trying to let him know to be aware of the situation you in, because Yachty was not even aware of the type of contract that he was in.
Nah,
Joe, I got a
speaking
question
on
for
other
you.
ones, it's a bunch of them. Yeah, go
Y'all
ahead and
feel
speak to
like
some other
that
ones.
was bad?
It wasn't bad, but you definitely challenged him in a way where you could tell he wasn't ready for it. And yeah, Yachty's a little younger, but it's just like your maturity that he wasn't ready for. He wasn't ready for the questions that you asked. He wasn't ready for the
Joe,
pressure that you applied.
You be pressing niggas that ain't ready to be pressed. And
You
then
guys are in the
you let
same
it be known that
experience.
you got situations with guys that ain't even know they had a situation with you, but you just stand on it.
Nah, I don't think that's my energy.
I'm
Yachty.
I'm telling you what's transpired. You might not think that's what you displaying, but we telling you what you displaying.
Well, I wouldn't say it's displayed like that, but it's definitely like from
That's
a
cool.
more like a
That's just your
wiser.
perspective. Let everybody else speak too, because there's a bunch of other people that can say some other shit.
Hey,
I just
Junior,
want to know what made you get
I
into
ain't gonna lie.
business.
He ain't did nothing like on his podcast. I listened to him. He ain't did nothing but show respect to all the vibes. So I don't know.
I understand your perspective. I've been told you to exit the building.
Why Young Bird Hitmaker, aka Hitmaker, always somewhere getting checked? He told that nigga to exit the building. Man, he getting his chain snatched, he get beat up, he get robbed. He telling nigga on the app and he telling him to exit the building. Disrespectful.
Damn.
That is my perspective too, though. And I think if we speak to Lil Yachty or any of the people that y'all think that type of interview went that way, like today, Yachty would say he appreciates that. He appreciated that back then.
Yeah, think about all the people that you told I don't like you.
So
I don't like
publicity
y'all.
and good publicity.
I ain't fucking with your music. Like you know, you understand how many times you done said this shit on multiple occasions.
So why not send that nigga some?
Yeah, but I don't think that's personal.
I mean, if you invite somebody to your platform and then disrespect them, it's personal.
So
Complex
you
wasn't
wasn't
his
picking up the
platform.
takeout,
The fuck?
so
I
you
mean
wasn't
that
picking up the
because you know
takeout in
who
the
coming
interview.
and you know you don't like them already. So regardless of if somebody else line that platform up, you know what's transpiring with that platform.
Yo, I'm only talking about this Yachty interview because that's the one that stands out in this type of conversation.
I mean, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I ain't worried about it.
And that was my very
Yeah.
first interview, by the way.
Hey Joe, publicity sells, man. We know that.
But guess what, Mom? You
What's
know
up,
I'm a
Mom?
nigga. You know I'm a nigga that ain't looking for no publicity because I don't get paid for it.
Exactly.
So
At the end of the day, these men are on two different perspectives of the entertainment business. One is a record exec, one is a podcaster. One was raised by a gangster thinking that you got to have morals. People, man, it's 2020. People don't have morals and stuff like that no more. So, you know what I mean? It's entertainment. At the end of the day, Joe can say and do what he want to say. Like, he can't say somebody else's music is trash. He can't tell another man that you know what I'm saying, you can do better, or he can't talk about another person's deal. I know why he looking at that like that, because Jay Prince is a CEO, and then Lil Yachty was signed to P. So he's informing, Joe was informing Yachty on his situation with his contract or whatever. That messes P up. That messes his finances up because he the one getting over on Yachty or whatever. So CEOs look out for CEOs, and he felt like that was bad to make him aware of that. And then the Migos situation and all the situations Joe been in, but Joe probably a totally different man now. And that was 4 years ago. You speaking on something that's 4 years old now. Man, leave that shit alone. Quit trying to bully people, man, at the end of the day. And then I got a little bit more I want to play. I just want to see. I just now found this. Jay Prince and others continue the conversation after Joe Budden gone. Let's hear what he got to say, though.
yeah, I know he can't play with me like that.
That shit was sexy. Educate you. There's nothing
how
he
many
can
people in this?
educate you
How
on.
many people in this room? 675 people saw that shit.
Nigga, it was 1,200.
Because you
Yeah,
wanted
when
an
Joe was in
intellectual
there, it was
conversation with
definitely
him.
Jay,
He
that
can't
was
educate
sexy
you.
though. That was really sexy.
Who said that?
He
Baby.
can't educate you.
Hoes like anything, man. They think anything says.
Nah, he ain't as intellectual as I am.
But that's what I'm saying. You wanted to have a conversation with him like that. But the reason he was the way he was with those other interviews is because he felt like he could do that to him. He knows he can't do that to you. So it's like,
drop something so he can pick it up.
Tell him get his bitch ass out the way then. Same way I told him.
Talk though. That would have been interesting.
I told him get his bitch ass out the way. You ain't hear that?
He was quiet. I
don't even have to hear no more of the response, though, because no disrespect, like how they say or how they play, but that's disrespectful. You should have called him a bitch when he was on there or whatever. You didn't call him a bitch then, don't call him a bitch when he's not there. So they continued the conversation after Joe left. That's weird, man. But, man, tune in to the podcast. If you like the podcast, you like the content that I'm creating, I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And if you're really rocking with me, send a cash app and support the Trevor Jackson podcast. I'm out.
Glock and it came with some hollows. We done upgraded our fire. Gang them bump it down like hello. Caught a pussy nigga by surprise. Taking risks, shoot my shot like Mello. Tell me what would you do to survive? Got this feeling they ain't on my side. I've been feeling lately I might die. Till my time come, I'ma ride.
I swear loyalty so rare within this generation. I'm just trying to see my niggas make it, but it seem like they hypnotized by hatred. I can't fake it. If you leave it and go, leave me alone. But I'm so real that if you call me, I'll probably